I'm probably going to get in trouble for this one, but I want to talk about nonviolence and religion a little bit. Um, from watching other videos, you may be aware that I try not to teach nonviolence from a religious perspective. I don't think that's necessary, but I'm friends with people from many religious traditions. And in fact, when we founded the Center for Nonviolence and Peace Studies at the University of Rhode Island, the initial core group, we called ourselves co-conveners, and there were six of us, three men and three women, three people of color in that group, um, and one was an American Muslim. A couple were Christians, with one of them also having a Native American spiritual tradition. One was an atheist, one was an agnostic, and one was culturally Jewish, but um, philosophically Buddhist. We were a very mixed group, and I think that gave a lot of strength to our center right from the beginning. Um, and the more I've thought about it over the years, the more I see the differences between people in their religious background as being a variable that's not very important if you're predicting whether they will talk to each other and be able to engage in what is sometimes called interfaith dialogue. I want to show you an image that my students have found helpful. This is kind of a picture of a daisy flower with different petals on it. And each of the major religions you could think of as a petal on this flower. So we have the two largest religions in the world, Christianity and Islam. And then the next largest grouping is actually people who are irreligious, atheists and agnostics and so on. And then we have Hindus and Buddhists, and we have Judaism. And if you wanted to include other religious groupings, you could just add more petals to the flower. That doesn't change the essential point, which is that there's another dimension here on the flower that's really important. And that is how far you are from the center of the flower. The different petals all meet in the center. And I think of closeness to the center as being where the progressive minded people in each religion meet and talk to each other. I think interfaith dialogue sort of happens in the middle of the flower. But the further you go out toward the edge of each petal, the more you get toward what I think of as the fundamentalist side of that religion. And every religion has its fundamentalists. They tend to be more literalist when it comes to traditional texts and scripture. They tend to have a more adversarial view of their place in the world compared to other religions. They often think that their religion is the one true religion. And they are more willing to use violence, frankly, against other people who believe differently than they do. Gandhi was assassinated by a fundamentalist Hindu, for example. There are extreme or fundamentalists even in the irreligious pedal. There are some atheists who are so extreme in their views that it just looks like another religion. There are very fundamentalist or conservative Jews, but there are also more progressive Jews. There are fundamentalist Muslims, but there are also progressive Muslims, and so on for every group. I think this picture is helpful in conceptualizing how the religions stand in relation to each other. But of course, I'm coming from a perspective of someone who does not really adhere to one of the traditional religious faiths. I suppose I'm about here. I'm a lapsed person or an irreligious person at this point, fairly close to the center. I have lots of friends from different petals on the flower, and it's very possible for us to have conversations and dialogue in there. When it comes to nonviolence, I think there is a nonviolence tradition that has grown up within all of the religious traditions, sort of at different points in history and under the impetus of different needs in different cultures. So nonviolence is located in the middle of the flower. It's most easily talked about and discussed by people who are somewhat progressive from each religious tradition. And as I mentioned, it's really fundamentalists, regardless of religion, that are more willing to fight with people from other faiths. So I don't know. I find this interesting. I hope you do too. And I hope that if you found this video interesting, that you will subscribe to the channel and give it a like by clicking on the little thumbs up icon. And I will see you again very soon with some other ideas. Thank you.